the release of DeepSeek AI from a Chinese company should be a wake-up call for our industries that we need to be laser-focused on competing to win.
Have you downloaded DeepSeek, the AI, and entered your credentials? Hold on a second. We need to talk. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. DeepSeek. You've heard of DeepSeek. I'm sure you've heard of OpenAI and ChatGPT. DeepSeek is here now. DeepSeek is the name of the latest Chinese-made artificial intelligence. And this is not just any random artificial intelligence. This is an advanced artificial intelligence. DeepSeek apparently has got the capability of doing so many things, advanced things, at the level of OpenAI, ChatGPT. Now, why are we talking about DeepSeek? Because DeepSeek has just brought tears into many people's eyes. How is that, you ask? Well, OpenAI ChatGPT was a major project. I'm sure you've heard about artificial intelligence that allows you to do good at whatever task that you do, facilitate you if you're lazy into thinking, help you write your emails, help you think about projects and ideas, basically trying to make you rich. This is also an artificial intelligence that is projected in the future will be able to do a lot of things, work into agriculture, work into water, work into energy, working into nuclear, and working into the army. OpenAI's ChatGPT is only free for the entrance, but the advanced level costs money. The investments cost about $100 billion to get together, and many people have invested, including Donald Trump, Bill Gates, and many other people. Now, DeepSeek has destroyed that completely. Why? Because the Chinese have created a version that is Chinese with only $6 million as a budget. And a couple of months to realize. Whilst Americans sell you ChatGPT at $100 billion, the Chinese have just built an AI with only $6 million. China has not stopped because yesterday they launched another AI from Alibaba called the Queen 2.5 Max. And Alibaba is venting this to be much better than OpenAI ChatGPT, much better than Meta's Llama, much better than DeepSeek. Now, this is not confirmed yet. They're still doing investigation to see if this is true, but this is here. Now, the message is very clear, fellas. The message is that China is coming. This is an offensive. You know, Donald Trump is coming to power. He's installed some policies banning China from many other things. Now, China has come as well because this is New Year for China. China has come to show the world that we're here to stay. Now, why is this important? Because a while back, Biden voted a law to block the United States of America companies from sending semiconductors to China.
Today, I'm signing the law of the Chips and Science Act, a once-in-a-generation investment in America itself. A law that the American people can be proud of. I called for elements of this law when I first came to office. I want to thank everyone here who helped make it possible. They're making decisions right now about where to invest and ramp up production for these semiconductors. Many are foreigners making investments, companies deciding where in the world to go, and they've chosen the United States of America. They look at China, Japan, South Korea, the European Union, all making historic investments of billions of dollars to attract the businesses to their countries to produce these chips. But these industry leaders also see America is back and leading the way.
What are semiconductors? Semiconductors are very important chips that's used for everything from smartphone, artificial intelligence application, and many other things. So you need semiconductors or advanced chips to create high-end technology that could be involved into flying into space or creating something like Orishnik, the fastest missile from one side to the other. So as you can see, we're moving toward a direction where AI will be playing a role in major things, including power. In other words, whoever has the best AI is going to be ruling the world. And America understands that super advanced semiconductor chips are the most important tools that any country can have right now with the science team. So who produces semiconductor chips? One of the biggest producer is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a company that's based in the United States of America. Obviously, there are some other, other companies all over the world, but they are guided by the government of the United States of America, just like NATO is guided by America. Now, these companies have been instructed not to sell any component to China for the past couple of times. And to the shock of everybody, China has been able to pull this out. DeepSeek, that is just as good, if not better than ChatGPT 4, Queen 2.5 Max from Alibaba, that is apparently much better than all of them, and everybody is in shock. I know when we talk about attacks, we all think about weapons and armament. Well, this is a new kind of warfare. China is in the offensive. Obviously, America will not cross their arms looking. They are coming for China already. And who has started? OpenAI CEO a couple of days ago said good things about DeepSeek. He praised the application, saying it's got some very good tools, it's very interesting, very advanced. Now today, these guys come forward accusing DeepSeek of using a model from OpenAI to train their artificial intelligence. Yes, he says they use the OpenAI model, which is ChatGPT, to train DeepSeek. That's why DeepSeek has become so good so fast. Now, this is very interesting. If you listen to him, he's got a point, right? You could be complaining, like, why are you using my stuff to train your stuff? Very interesting. However, well, this man has been accused many times by his own employees for using other people's copyright materials to train his ChatGPT. How is that interesting? Oh, so it's okay when you do it to other people's work, from reading text, taking stuff from websites, getting access to copyright materials to develop your artificial intelligence, but it's bothersome when Chinese use your artificial intelligence to train their artificial intelligence. That is very interesting. Now, America is asking questions. Okay, the United States of America with Donald Trump has equipped a new Tsar whose responsibility is to investigate about DeepSeek. Microsoft, who is a big investor into OpenAI, also is currently conducting an investigation on DeepSeek to see if DeepSeek indeed used OpenAI's material. Now, we're asking questions that we want to find out because we know normally they have a technique that they use all the time, and I think it's very interesting. What they do normally is they will praise what you're doing. Now, if they cannot control what you're doing, they will discredit what you're doing.
Not believe that DeepSeek was done all above board. That's nonsense. Okay, they stole things, they broke in, they've taken our IP. It's got to end, and I'm going to be rigorous in our pursuit of restrictions and enforcing those restrictions to keep us in the lead, because we must stay in the lead.
Now, if they cannot discredit what you're doing, they're going to raise national security concern. And if that doesn't work, they're going to ban your work. That's exactly what's happened to TikTok.
TikTok.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok.
It is better to not have them access TikTok.
First, they tried to acquire TikTok. They couldn't get it. Then they tried to discredit TikTok, saying TikTok is not that good. After the discredit didn't work, then they raised national security concern. And after that, they banned TikTok, bringing them to the table. And this has started already. Donald Trump has appointed people in his office to investigate what DeepSeek is doing to the population of America. Italy has asked DeepSeek to provide information within the next 20 days, whether they're collecting information and what are they doing with the information. Australia has asked its population to use the app, but to be careful. In other words, the underlying, don't use the app. Now, we have big questions here, fellas, okay? Is DeepSeek safe to use? I'm sure you're asking yourself the question. Well, they are collecting data. DeepSeek is collecting your email address. DeepSeek is collecting your date of birth, your phone number, your chat histories. Yes, all your chat. It is collecting your operating system. It knows which one you're using. Your keyboard pattern. You know what keyboard pattern are? Is how you type on your keyboard. They don't have to see. They just need to know it was left, right, left, center. Hackers use that to identify your password and how you get into different apps. So if you have a financial app in your phone and you have a pattern that you use to enter the app, well, they have the ability to see that. Now, they're not saying whether they're going to use it, but obviously, by saying this to you before you sign in, they ask you to read carefully the terms and conditions. It means they have the ability to do that. The data are stored in China. Well, is this scary? Well, interesting. Let's see into this. It's not only DeepSeek that keeps all this data from you. Facebook does the same. ChatGPT does the same. And many of these other apps that belong to America. Now, is it only scary because the Chinese are doing it now? That's a very interesting question you need to ask yourself. Yes, America's got your email address, your date of birth, your phone number, your chat history. Well, Mark Zuckerberg said on Joe Rogan that the CIA could access your WhatsApp messages if they wanted.
So when Tucker Carlson was about to interview Vladimir Putin, one of the things that was really disturbing was they contacted him and said that they read his signal messages and they knew that he was going to interview Vladimir Putin. And he was like, what the fuck?
Who did?
The government.
The U.S.?
Yes, U.S. government. I forget what it was. Was it the CIA or was it the FBI?
Wow.
I forget who it was. And he was like, I didn't even know you could do that. Like,
Well, there are multiple vulnerabilities in all this stuff. It's like, it's unclear if I doubt that what they did was they broke Signal, because that encryption I think is pretty good, as is WhatsApp. I mean, it's basically Signal and WhatsApp use the same encryption. It's an open source and it's that.
Yes, America knows what operating system is functioning on your phone. They also have all this data. Now, who is good and who is wrong? And I think this is a very interesting point. Fellas, the war has changed direction and changed forms. It's not the weapons anymore, it's the future. Well, the future you feared and you saw, it's right here in front of you. Are Americans angry because DeepSeek has completely destroyed the $100 billion investment they put into this AI? Now, what I think we need to think about is this. I know a lot of people that are revolted against the West want to jump into DeepSeek, and I think it's very interesting. However, there are some questions that need to be looked into. If you ask a question to DeepSeek that's related to Chinese government and the president, DeepSeek has no answers for you. This is clearly an indication that DeepSeek is governmentally controlled. So it's not for you. Are they sending DeepSeek so they can collect data from people for some reason? Is DeepSeek learning things that they shouldn't be learning from your computers and from your behavior? That's a question mark. I mean, this is very similar to what we saw, the vax. Yeah. Many people refused to take because they thought it was too short, it was released too fast. Back in time, it took about 10 years to develop for any disease. And with this, it came very quickly in less than a year. That's why people were like, this is very fishy. Now, is DeepSeek going too fast, too quick for you to jump into that boat? That's a big question mark. Like I said earlier, fellas, it's not only DeepSeek. There's Queen 2.5 Max that belongs to Alibaba that's said to be much better than DeepSeek. Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. The war has changed forms. It's semiconductors. Whoever's got the most advanced semiconductors is going to be ruling the world. The future is in your brain, fellas. If you want to stay ahead or at least survive in this world, Africa has to invest into intelligentsia. God bless.